This is day 3 of our lessons. This is day 3 into the course, and we've made a couple of progress. So we quickly recap on what we did yesterday. So yesterday we looked at variables and how we can assign values to our variables. We talked about strings as text, and we did some calculations using the numbers and then the addition sign or the addition symbol. So after the lesson, we had an assignment. We gave you an assignment of which you were supposed to do, and this is the assignment which says that number one, which is the first number, is asking the user to enter the first number, and then the second number, that's number 2, is also asking the user to enter the second number. And after entering the numbers, we ask the program to calculate the total, and the total is the first number plus the second number. We also looked at a condition that if the total is divided by 2 and is equal to 0, it means the total is an even number. So we say the total is even. And then if not, it should be the total is an odd number. Now, during the assignment, I made a little mistake on the symbol as you used. I used double forward slash, and that is not the symbol I was supposed to use. I was supposed to use the percentage sign, and that is what we are going to do today. So I was supposed to use the percentage sign. That is, I'm going to explain the percentage sign in today's lesson and other signs that we can use. So the assignment is actually telling you that if the total, that is the first number and the second number, equals a total, and if it is divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, it means that the number is an even number. Else, if it is not equal to 0, then it is an odd number. And we know that an even number is a number which is divided by 2 and then the remainder is 0. Okay, so if the number is 2 and it is divided by 2, obviously the remainder is 0. So it is an even number. If it is 4 and it is divided by 2 and then it's not equal to 0, it means is not an even number. But this is a simple program that we actually did. To there is more advancement to this program that we can do. So let's quickly run it and see what we're going to get. So when we run this, it's asking us to enter the first number, and I'm going to just guess a number. So the number is 3. And it wants us to enter the second number. I'm just going to enter 2, which means that the total is 5. And 5 divided by 2 is never going to be 0. So let's run it and see. It says that 5 is odd. Okay, 5 is odd. So let me just add the rest. Is odd number, then is even number. Okay, so let's run it again. And then let's try it. The first number is 4. The second number is 2. So it says that 6 is even number. So you know that when the 6 is divided by 2 for multiple times, so 6 will divide 2 will divide 6 3 times, and then the remainder will be 0. So it's definitely an even number. So that's what the assignment is supposed to do. Let me know if you were able to do this. I've already indicated that there was an error in the symbol I was supposed to use. And actually, this is a division sign. So I made a mistake in the, so let me just go over and then. So today's lesson, we are going to look at mathematical operators in coding. We know that in mathematics, we have additions, multiplications, divisions, and other things. In coding or in software development, it is also the same, because in this course, we are going to develop our own calculator, and each calculator, a weather calculator or a simple calculator. So we definitely need to learn about that. So I'm just going to create a new program that is, I'll just call it operators.py. Okay, so we are going to look at the mathematical operators. Now in coding, all the mathematical operations that we know in mathematics apply here. So we have the addition. We also have the subtraction. We have the multiplication, which is the asterisk. So multiplication is the asterisk, that's the star that we use. And then we have division. Then we have a modulo, which is the remainder. Okay, so modulo. So we use the percentage sign to find a number which is divisible by 2, and then the remainder is 0. Okay, so when we want to get a remainder which is 0, we use the modulo or the percentage sign to get that. We also have equals. So this is the equal to symbol in coding, and not just the single equal sign. Then we also have the assignment operator. So the single equal to is an assignment operator, as we did in the variables. And then the double equal sign is the equal to. We have the less than, and then the greater than. We have less than and greater than also here. And now we also have a combination of other operations or other operators, like something like plus equals. Okay, so plus equals is increment operator, and then we also have minus equals, that is the decrement. Operator. We also have not equal to. So we have the equal to and not equal to. Okay. And then one thing is that we can also combine some of the, as we have the minus and then the equal to as increment and then the decrement, we can also use the multiplication then equal to also increase the number by itself. Okay. And then we also have that is the number basis, that is the powers of a number. So if you want to find the power of a number, we use the double asterisk to do that. So these are a few of the mathematical operations we have in coding or in Python. Okay, so we are going to use this in today's lesson. Good. So let's quickly do something like so print. We're going to use the print function. Print 5. So that is 5 raised to the power 2. If we do this, it means that 5 raised to the power 2. So let's print it and see. So we know 5 raised to the power 2 is 25. So we have, let me clean the terminal so that I get a clean terminal here. So 5 double asterisk 2 means 5 raised to the power 2. So it says we have 25 here. That is 5 raised to the power 2. Let me have a clean terminal. Okay, so 5 raised to the power 2 is 25. So we can also have print. We just want to test the operations that we are using. So we have 3. You can print 3 modulo 2 and see what we get. We want to get the remainder. So when 3 is divided by 2, the remainder is what? the remainder is 1, and that is what we have here. Okay, so we're just testing the operators to see, and then we have 4 divided by 2 also here. So let's print and see. 4 divided by 2 is 2.0. The reason why it is saying 2.0 is that it is treating it as a floating point number. We are going to get to that point. That is a number with the decimals. But if you want to get the absolute value, so we know that 4 divided by 2 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is, yes, it's 2, right? So 4 divided by 2 is 2. But here it gave us 2.0 because it's treating us as a float, that is a number with a decimal point. But if you want to get the absolute, that is the 2, we do a double forward slash. So 4 double forward slash 2 will give us the absolute value, which is what? 2. Okay, so if you want to get the absolute value, we use the double forward slash. And if you want to get the floating point, we use a single forward slash to get that. So aside that, we can also do we all know the multiplication symbol and what it does. So I just had to talk about the new things that we have, which we may not be aware of. But aside that, the additions and then the subtraction, they are all the same. So let's use the double equal to and see how it goes. So let's say x, a variable x equals 4, a variable y equals 3. And then, so we can say if x plus y equals, okay, if x plus y, that is double equal to, equals, let's say, let's give it a number. Let's say if we know that 4 plus 3 equals 7, but if we say equals 5, then something must happen. So we can say print, let's say equation not balanced. So if this is what it is, then else, if not, then we can say print equation balanced. So when we run it, it would say equation balanced because the condition that x plus 5 equals x plus y equals 5 is not true. So because 3 plus 4 is 7, so it will just take into account 3 by 3 plus 4 and then print the equation is balanced. We'll get to the if else and then you will understand. So just in grammar, like think about it as a grammar. If I'm a male, then this. If not, then that. So we just use the grammar to explain this, okay? But there's more to this. So imagine somebody daring you and say, if you were a man, touch me. Okay, so just like that, if you're a man, touch me. Or so if the person is unable to touch you, that means he's not a man enough, or he's not even a man. Okay, so that is what the concept you have in the coding as of this time. Okay, we're going to get to that later on. If you have any question with regards to this, you can ask me as we move on to the next point. If you have any question, you can ask me. There are a lot of things to do since today is the 3rd day. If not, let me know so that we move on. All right, so the next thing I want us to do is the data type, okay, something we call the data types. Now, when you are dealing with Python or any programming language or software development, we have grouped the amount of data or the things we manipulate into data. So we have a data like a string, that is a text. We have data like integer, which has to do with numbers. And then we have a float, which has to do with numbers with decimal point. And then we have the Boolean, which is the true or false statement. So let's create a new file and say data types.py. All right, so I'm going to talk about data type like strings like a text. We have integers as in numbers. We have float as in decimals. We have Boolean as in, let me just add this, true or false statement. And then, okay, let's consider this for the time being, so that let's consider this one. So strings are text. So as we have been writing, so if you want to write a long text or a text inside your code, you just use the string, and that is the text written in either double quote or single quote. So I'll say name equals, and then you write your name. So if it's Priscilla, you write your name Priscilla inside of it, and the name Priscilla becomes the string. And then the integer has to do with the numbers. So we can just say a number equals 5, and this is an integer. Remember yesterday I told you that if you write a number inside the quotation marks, it doesn't become a number again, it becomes a string. So anything written in string becomes anything written in quotation mark is a string. Now let's talk about the float. So let's just talk about the decimal numbers. Then say number like 4.5 is a floating point number or a floating number. And then we have a Boolean. So let's say a bool. Hey, I just use something. Okay, so let's say statement equals true. Now look at how we write it true. It must have the first text as capital. Okay, it is different from writing something like this. This is not what we mean. We mean the first one should be capital, true. No. Okay, true like this. Or we can just say or false. Now remember, or is also another way of finding. It's also it's a keyword in Python. So when we reach the logical operations, we'll be using the or and then end. That is end like this. It's not just a grammar. It is also part of Python. The or and then the end are all part of Python. So we'll be using it. So if you have the true or false statement, we call it a Boolean. So this is what the data types are. So let's try to use them in a statement or in our programs and see how they go. So we can say name, because let's write something here. Ursula. Let's say it's female because true. Okay, so we just assign it to something like Priscilla is female, so it's true. You can say height because 4.5. Okay, so the height is 4.5. And then we can say age equals 34. So we have used all the data types in one program. Okay, we have used all the data types in one program. So the name is Priscilla, is female equals true, and then height is 4.5, age equals 34. Okay, so that is another program we can use. So now let's try to put it in a very nice way. Okay, so just ask the user to enter their name, and then we manipulate it and then call it, add some text to it. So we just say name equals, and you know how we do it. We use the input function to say enter your name. Let's say this. Enter your name. And then we can say gender was input. Enter your gender. We're going to do something interesting here. Say height. Okay, let's use this to I just want to write something here. So name, enter your name, and then say enter your gender. So let's now do some manipulations here. So if gender equals, now we need to write something inside. If gender equals, let's say female, okay, equals female, and take a look at this because what I'm writing will introduce us to another topic. So if gender equals female, let's terminate it with a colon. So just say print can't, okay, marry a woman. Okay, so if gender equals female, print can't marry a woman. If this thing goes on YouTube, I think. Okay, let's just do this. So if gender equals female, print can't marry a woman. Else, so that means if the person is not a female, then it's a male. So you can just say print qualifies to marry a woman. All right, qualifies to marry a woman. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is what we have here. So our program is definitely telling us what we can do, what just anti-LGBT or whatever. So let's say, let's print it and see, let's run it. So let's ask, enter your name here. My name is Godfred. Enter your gender. I am a female. It says, can't marry a woman. Oh, though my name is Godfred, I entered, I'm a female, so I can't marry a woman. So let's say my name is Godfred, my gender is male, qualifies to marry a woman. Now you see that we don't have a male option in it, but it is telling us that I qualify to marry a woman because of the else statement. So if I'm not a female, once I'm not a female, any other thing I write there. So imagine I write something like, say, let's say, Godfred, and then my gender is, I just write anything. My gender is just a goat. It says qualifies to marry a woman. All right. So this is not specific program that can do a lot of things. It is just limited to something. We just use the female, and then, but we can also use a strict information so that it will not even allow us to do this. That is, we want to add the male version into it, and that is what introduces us to another thing we call else if. That is, if you are not a female or you are not any other thing, you should be a male. So that is what else if does. So we are going to write else if as a leaf. In Python, it doesn't allow you to write the else if. It says a leaf. So a leaf gender equals, so here we can specify male. Good. I like to use the double quote a lot. So male. Then we can say print qualify. Okay, no. Print qualifies to marry a woman. Okay, else print. So here, print option not found. So if you type anything apart from male or female, you should say option not found. So let's say I do it. My name is Godfred. My gender is goat. It says option not found. But if I type male, so I'll just say Godfred. If I type male, says qualifies to marry a woman. Now, so you understand this. Now, what if the person enters? So you see that we have, okay, what's that? We wrote everything in small letters like this. Okay, everything in small letters. Now, people can be weird. What if somebody uses all caps? Okay, so like this. My name is Godfred. And then instead of typing female or male in small letters, decides to do this, male. It will print option not found. Meanwhile, it's the same statement. So it says option not found. So there is a way we can manipulate this, but not today. Okay, but not today because our minds are too young to do that. So if you have any question, you ask me, and then we go into the assignment for today. Asking for a question. If you have any question, you ask me. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be our assignment for this week. And when you are done with it, you are going to send the file to me on my WhatsApp, and then I'm going to look at it. Okay, when you're done with the assignment, you're going to send to me the file, just the PY file to me. So that just writing a loan application software, a simple one. So just say name equals name is assigned to an input. Say enter your full name. Yes. Enter your age equals input. Enter your age, and I'm going to make it a strict so that it uses int input. Salary was int input. Enter salary amount. Okay, so you're going to say if age equals if age is greater than or equals 18 and salary equals is greater than or equals 2000, friends is eligible. And if age is greater than or equals 18 and salary if okay, so because okay, just this, all right, let's say else print not eligible. So we just write this code and look at what our output is going to be like. Okay, and then we're just going to write another thing here for the same program. So we say if age is greater than or equal to 18, or salary equals 1,000, greater than or equals 2,000, let's say 2,000, print eligible. Else print not eligible. All right, so this is going to be our assignment, and we take a look at it, we write it, we solve it, and then when you are done, you send the file to me on my WhatsApp. If you have any question with regards to this, you can also ask me on the WhatsApp page. So you take a look at this and then try to solve it. You have tomorrow, you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then until Wednesday that we meet. So if you have any other question, you can also ask, and then we'll answer it. If in the course of the week or in the course of the weekend you have any challenge, you can also ask me on the WhatsApp page, and then I will answer to it. If there's no question, I'm just waiting for any question. If no question, then it's going to end in 2 minutes, or let me see, 1 minute.